But it's best to understand the original house. This would have been their living room. Yeah. Sitting room, what have you. Now I've repainted.
That's a tall ceiling. Is that 12 feet?
10.
10?
10 something. Because I've had to. I tried to square this wall over here in the bedroom. It had always had a lean, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to move it because it's built up into the chimney. So I cut wood to make it look straighter than it is.
Oh.
And I remember going to Lowe's, and I think I bought 12s to get 10 something.
Yeah.
But I last time you would have been in this room, it would have had about 6 layers of rugs, carpet, old carpet on it.
Yeah.
When I decided to get that out of here, I had no idea the job I'd get. I thought the hard job was going to be getting it to where I could move it. It weighed so much from all the years of, I guess, whatever was down in it, that when I got it to the front door, I had to bring my tractor in the front yard, tie a rope on it, drag it out, and then I had to tow it with the front end loader, and I took it out there and set it on fire and burned it up.
So you said there were 6 layers of carpet?
No, there were probably like 3.
So they just put it one on top of the other? Just wore it down and then put another one down? How about that? And this is what was underneath it.
This is original heart pine wood.
Now, what is separating the cracks from the ground?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's why I freeze in the winter and roast in the summer. I used to laugh. I told everybody, I said, I don't even have to go outside. If I got spots in that house that I can see the sky and I can see the ground. My grandmother used to say, she said, if you ever need to find if chickens were in the house, just look through a crack. But I've done a lot of work on that kind of stuff.
It looks good. You must have stained it and...
No.
No? That's it?
That's not good.
Wow.
Now, I've said if I live long enough, one day I will get in here with a big sander and I will put a surface on it.
Oh, it
But
looks
it
good.
gets down to the point, I'm serious. For the past 4 years, I very rarely, I do not do anything on Sunday. I go to church. I quit working on Sunday. I pretty much am 6 days a week, and this time of year, 12 hours a day or more.
Really?
You know, it's like when I just mow the barn area under the pecan tree and the right-of-ways, that's 7 or 8 hours. I've cut the old original path back to the spring. You know, Ralph one day said, you know, I remember Buck, when we were young guys, taking me back there, there's a spring back there. I said, I know, it's been one of my favorite spots on this farm. That don't matter how long a drought you've had, there'll always be a little puddle of water back there. And so I got my path all the way back to it, clear. And I decided...
How deep is the well here? I remember one of the times I was here, the pump had quit. It was a pump that was down at the bottom of the well.
That would have been when... You talking about the deep well or the dug well?
The deep well. It has a pump in the end of the pipe.
That would have been when Buck passed away. Because I got down here to the farm. It was Thanksgiving. That was Thanksgiving too. And I remember I come in the house and I got maybe 2 squirts of water and then I had no water. And about that time then Ralph or Geneva came up here and said Buck had passed away. And so...
what year was that?
Maybe that was 87. I can't remember.
And I think the last time I was at Mama Lee's house, Buck was alive. He had Alzheimer's, but he was alive. I don't think I've been there since.
Your grandmother really loved to be around Mama Lee.
Yeah.
Ran into Phyllis. Do you know who Phyllis is?
No.
Phyllis is Buck Mama Lee's daughter. Phyllis and I ran into each other at Daryl's funeral up here. Daryl Golden.
Yeah.
See, Louise and them, they would always stop. And we would always run into each other at funerals. And I'm trying to remember the last time we were together. They had been here because they always stopped. Anytime they were near here, they would stop. And when Al Cochran passed away, I think they were shocked that I showed up at that funeral. And it was up in Blue Ridge, Georgia.
Yeah.
I said, Al was always, he drove Alma crazy. The Colonel loved him, and he was good as gold to me. And
Could you understand what he said?
Took me a while, but that's not...
As a kid, I always thought he was Spanish.
Did you? He talked so fast.
He was a mountain talker.
I think he was the first guy I ever saw, though, that literally thought his pants were supposed to sit below his belly. And I see bunches, I see the way people do it, and I say, do they really think their waist size is that size?
That's funny.
But it's hilarious to watch. His were way.
Oh yeah.
That.
Yeah. Last time I saw him was in Key Largo.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. His service that day, and the tributes to that man, even late, right to the day he died. And that pastor, when he told the story, that Al said, Lord, I'm not asking you, I know it may be wrong, but if you can spare me from going to a nursing home tomorrow, please take me. And he said he died with a smile on his face that night. But he had done all kind of anonymous stuff with people.
Oh yeah.
I talked to people that just told unbelievable stories. Because he was always such a dynamo.
Yeah.
Of a guy, and I probably hadn't seen him in 25 years. But you know what? And I normally don't look at people in the coffin. I won't remember them when they're alive.
Right.
But when the pastor made the comment about the smile, that was probably the most blissful looking person I've ever seen, and he didn't look a day different than the last time I'd seen him.
I can hear him talking right now.
Oh yeah.
He didn't have any teeth in the front, did he?
I don't know.
I think I remember him talking.
But he'd gone up there because that was where family was. I think he eventually left Okeechobee. And but anyway, what I was telling you, some of the boys called me, and they said, "Look, we didn't think about it, but Daddy wanted to be buried up there, and so we're going to do that. And we're having all the service down here, but we really need somebody to maybe say a few words up there. Could you ask your pastor?" And I said, "I'll ask him." So Donnie was pastor at Bethel at that time, and so I called Donnie, and he said, "Fabian, I don't think I have a problem doing that." I'll never forget, he came by and sat in the house, sat right in the spot you're sitting in right now. He said, "But I want to know about it."
You want to what?
He said, "I want to know about it."
Oh, okay.
And so for about an hour and a half, he listened to all my stories.